run me that flow back. In top 3, I'm not number 1. How could you?
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Minnesota Vikings. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Throwing on the first play is Corral. And incomplete to open things up. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Corral, another throw on 2nd down. Hauled in over the middle by Rager. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. This defense for the Steelers, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
Now the Iowa State product, it's Kene Nwangu. And he's got some space here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage, another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. That's a great example right there to remind everyone of what a weapon he can be as a mobile quarterback, Charles. Nice play to escape the pocket and get his offense into the red zone with a first down.
And defensive coaches losing their mind on that play because they knew about his mobility coming in, and they preached all week long. If he gets outside the pocket, find receivers in your area and cover them. Otherwise, plays like that will continue to result.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. To the air again. Here's Corral. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Davante Adams hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. As the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs. At the 20. Pickett now on first down. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Will come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Here's Pickett. He's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big pickup of 38.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. To the air on first down with Pickett. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Zadarius Smith make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Looking to throw, Pickett. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0. Then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
1st and 10, here's Pickett. Slant route, and he's got Freiermuth. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. That's into a crowd and intercepted. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown. Then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out. Still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
But I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all three phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick six.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, for incompletions on first and second down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
From the gun on third down, Pickett. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th. Here's Presley Harvin now. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. On first down, Corral. Flush to his right. And he rifles one incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Corral. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 39. Nice 3rd down conversion at even 20 yards. operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Counter play. Here's Chandler. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the 36, Corral. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left. He tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
It's 4th down.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Pickett to throw on 1st down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Here's Corral on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Adams. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is Rager with it on the crossing pattern. On the move past the 40. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Vikings! I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And normally when you see guys moving this fast, it might be a fly pattern from a receiver or a toss sweep from a tailback or something like that. This was designed as a passing play, and then he got out of the pocket, and he just took off, and he just kept gaining momentum with every step.
And the top speed he attained there, according to Next Gen Stats, 21.3 miles per hour. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And a pretty poor return as he will dive to the ground to give himself up. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Harris running straight ahead. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Throwing here, Corral.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Corral to throw on 1st and 10.
Looking deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. Well, let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Corral. And quickly finding Rager.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of the first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Pickett back to throw. A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Pickett to his tight end Freiermuth for the Steeler first. Pickett sets up play action. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Pickett. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
He had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run again with Harris. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Pickett will look to throw it here. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick six is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here. And that one, it backfired in a big way.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone.
The Steelers take over first down.
The The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Meanwhile, Pickett's throw completes a Freiermuth.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much.
And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Lewis. And the Vikings are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
First down. Here's Corral with it.
Looking deep for Adams.
And, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play, unable to connect in that attempt.
To throw again on second down. Corral. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
On third down, Corral. Flushed out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
And here's Ryan Wright now.
And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Back to throw, Pickett.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's taken it around the 40. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Vikings will be set up well as they take over in great field position, 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And it's complete to Adams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. On 1st down, it's Corral. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Matt Corral, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings just continue to roll. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep that.
Johnson on poke free. Football is out. And the Vikings pick up the football. There he goes, right side. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the delay, here's Harris. Room here to run. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
87 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
I know the game continues to evolve, and we have a lot of exotic stuff nowadays. I can't help it. I love a good old-fashioned draw play.
Who's typically fooled on defense on a play like that, a successful draw play?
Typically, it's the defensive line that's fooled because they're just pinning their ears back and going after the quarterback. And once they create some space and you get past them, you usually have a long way to go.
Pickett now on 1st down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Pickett, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Now, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. T.J. Watt from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
One of the league's best linebackers. He ended that play almost before it began. And the running back, absolutely overmatched no matter what he tried to do.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Corral, though, going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Chandler. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line. 3rd and 19, no problem as they're able to convert. Up the middle, Nwangu. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Corral here working from the gun. They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. So a sensational return there on special teams, a foot race that he was not going to lose. Now, meanwhile, while that was going on, we've got an injured player on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
play action. Here's Corral. That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Sliding out of the pocket. And this one's incomplete.
It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Now Corral, 3rd and 2. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 42. Looks like he'll throw here. Pass thrown to Adams. He's got it on the crossing route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Again, it's Corral. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. To the air on first down with Pickett. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Complete. It's Johnson. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 28. And one of the whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Now Pickett.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
One final shot for Pickett.
And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time is run out on this ball game.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance.